Hi everyone, and welcome back to another online Jiu-Jitsu workout class. As usual, we hope everybody is healthy and safe and maintaining their sanity in these trying COVID pandemic times. Now that the lockdown is starting to ease up and more places are opening up and allowances are expanding, we hope that you are able to get out of your home and start engaging in the real world as we move towards getting our dojo open and starting to feel our way towards regular jiu-jitsu practice, hopefully in the coming months. That said, let's get ready for class.
So.
Yame. Hands on your hips or on your belt. I like to keep my belt on because I like to be able to hold my belt. And head to the right. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Dai, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Head back, down, back, down, back, down, back, down, back, down. Look right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, tilt right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, any way you need it. Shoulders forward, ich, ni, san, shi, go, reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go, alternating, ich, ni, san, shi, go, reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go. And let's twist to the right. Left, right, left, and left hominy, left foot forward, left hand on your belt, or the equivalent, and right hand coming forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go, and die, right foot forward, right hand on your belt, left hand forward, ich, ni, san, shi, go, reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Natural stance, feet even, both hands forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Out, ich, ni, san, shi, go. And left hominy again. And left hand across your belly. Right elbow on your hand, right hand in. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Out, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Shake it in, shake it out, side to side. Punch. And die. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Out, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Shake it in, shake it out, side to side. Punch. Natural stance, elbows against your chest. Both hands in. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Out, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Shake it in, shake it out, side to side. Double punch. Hips to the right, ich, ni, san, shi, go, and die, ich, ni, san, shi, go, stretch back, forward, back hands overhead, forward, chest to your right knee, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, ach, ku, ju, left, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, ach, ku, ju, back to center, ready for torso rotations to the right, ich, ni, san, shi, go, thigh, ich, ni, san, shi, go. And hands to the mat, standing split, elbows to the mat, forearms flat on the mat. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, ach, ku, ju. Rocking, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Rook, sich, hach, ku, ju. Back on your heels. Again, no weight on your hands, just for balance. Pivot to your left. Remember, put your instep flat on the mat. And again, you don't need any weight on your hands. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. And dai. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Back to center. Elbows to the mat. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Rocking. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Back on your heels again. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Pivot left. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Dai. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Come up to shikadach. And hips forward, shoulders back, breathe in. Hands on your knees, in through your nose, and out through your mouth. So out and go forward. Push out on your knees. In. Out. In. Out. Drop your right shoulder, look over your right shoulder at your right hand. And thigh. 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 Extend your right leg for side kick. Thigh. 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 And thigh toes up. Again, elbows remain locked the entire time. You're always pushing out on your knees. Thigh. 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 Thigh all the way down. Thigh. Thigh. And thigh. In here, drop your right knee to the mat and sit into hurdler stretch if you can. And again, if you can, do flat instep if you're capable of it. If you have to do this, that's fine. If you have to bring your knee in, keep it safe, that's fine. Don't overdo this stretch because you don't want to damage your knees. Twist to the left, hands together, reach forward evenly. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Sit up straight, twist right. Forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. Thigh. Forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. Forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. Thigh, foot in front. And again, you can tuck it underneath your leg. You can bring them closer together, whatever. Make sure that you don't stress your knees too much. Twist left, reach left. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. Forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju, twist, dai, forward, ich, ni, san, shi, gu, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju, twist, forward, ich, ni, san, shi, gu, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju, twist, and bring both feet in front, pick them up, ich, ni, san, shi, gu, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju, reach a little deeper, ich, ni, san, shi, gu, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju, sit up straight, twist right, left, feet apart, sit up straight, twist right, both hands even, reach together, ich, ni, san, shi, gu, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju, back, sit up straight, twist left, reach left, ich, ni, san, shi, gu, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju, to center, elbows to the mat or better, ich, ni, san, shi, gu, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju, and back to the right, ich, ni, san, shi, gu, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju, left, ich, ni, san, shi, gu, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju, center, ich, ni, san, shi, gu, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju. Now put your right elbow next to your right knee, forearm flat on the mat, reach left. Ich, ni, san, shi, gu, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju, front dai. Ich, ni, san, shi, gu, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju. Sit up straight, twist right, twist left, feet together, and bring your right leg in over your left, pick up your ankle, and just massage the ball of your foot, your toes, your instep and arch, your ankle, a little bit of your calf, shake it, and then put your ankle in the crook of your elbow, cradle, if you can of course, and then hand to the outside of your foot, bring it up, straighten it up, and other foot up, and balance. Ich, ni, san, shi, gu, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju, bring them together, down slowly, and untie left foot, massage your toes, ball of foot, instep and arch, heel, calf, shake, 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 cradle it, right foot, bring it out, other foot up, ich, ni, san, shi, gu, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju, bring it together, slowly down, forward, ich, ni, san, shi, gu, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju, sit up straight, twist right, twist left, and yame. So we're going to do jackknife, so whatever you need to do to get into position for there. And if you have the capability of doing the back fold, do the back fold, otherwise just get into position for jackknives. Ready, hai! Jackknife, hajime. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju. Hands under your butt, scissors slow and wide. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, Hutch. Ku. Ju. And note about scissors. Normally we do them nice and small, and it's all about just building your core muscles. But I like to do it like this because I also get a hip stretch. So it's slightly different than we normally do in class. And now leg raises. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hutch, ku, ju, knees to chest, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hutch, ku, ju, flutter kick, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hutch, ku, ju, and just hold it there for a minute. So these core exercises, it's all about tightening up your tummy muscles. So you want to make sure that you have your neck off the ground, and you want to operate as close to the floor as possible with your heels to get that maximum strengthening of your belly. And slowly down. Stretch. Loosen up whatever you need to loosen up. And heels in. And bridge. And if you can, rock during your bridge. Hands by your shoulders, push all the way up. And down. Yeah, me. Okay, come up. And we're going to do our Judo Push-Ups. So get yourself ready for that. And again, if you can do the face fall safely, do so. Ready? Hey! Push-up position, head up, right leg up, down, left leg up, down, head down, back, scoop, back, down, head up, right leg up, down, left leg up, down, head down, back, scoop, back, down, head up, right leg up, down, left leg up, down, head down, back, scoop, back, down, head up, right leg up, down, left leg up, down, head down, back, scoop, back, down, head up, right leg up, down, left leg up, down, head down, back, scoop, back, down, hold it, and again, if you're struggling in this position, you can try doing some fast out breaths and then hang in there a little bit longer, maybe a few more. Hang in there. So you're again working on strengthening your core, and in this case also your lats. And now slowly down. Hands by your side. Steps flat. Relax. On my mark. Up as quickly as you can in a defensive position. Hey! Die. Die, and die. Turn around, drop to one leg or one knee, and fix whatever you need to fix. And left hominy. With a gesh. Die. Die. EQ. Senpai, you should be working on making sure that your knees are bent, your hominy is good, your shoulders are over your hips, your back is straight, and you're breathing through your nose and out your mouth into your belly. Each in and out breath. Same with you, Keith. Die. This is always an opportunity to feel your stance, see what you're doing incorrectly, and adjust. And die. Nikyu. Die. Die. Thank you. Die. And with these still stretches, you should be breathing into your stretch, as in breathe out and apply the stretch as far as you can, and that'll allow you to drop into your knees and apply the lock tight. Die, Shikanagi. Same thing, breathe into it. Die. Die, finger wrist stretch. Die. And shake it loose. Okay, so ready for Tai Sabaki. Put your space. Left foot forward. Ready, hitch. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Rook. Sich. Hatch. Ku. Ju. Okay, and before we get going, let me just give you some pointers. So senpai, you should be concentrating on making sure that your shoulders are always above your hips, and that when you arrive, you're not cross-legged in any way, and you're not rocking back. So the deal with that is when you get there, dig into your front foot so that your back foot has got very little weight on it, so you can kind of just place it, and you don't have to put weight on it and then transfer back to the front. Keith, what I want you to work on is making sure that you get a full rotation and that your feet are close to each other as they cross each other, and that you're not leaning as you come in. So right foot forward, ready, hitch, knee, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju. Okay, switch your feet. So we're going to do the hitch, step, pivot, slow count. So again, what we want to do is we want to make sure that we get a good push with our back foot and get distance. Bring our back foot with us and then turn and be in harmony when we turn, right? Without looking down, shoulders over hips. So again, we are pushing and kind of reaching into the push a little bit with the hands. Then we bring the hands across and place them with determination in front of us. And again, we want to be in harmony. So the trick here is that as we push off and we bring our back foot with us, where we put our back foot would determine how well we turn. So make sure you get it into harmony, size, distance. And also, as we come across and pivot, what you're going to do is you're going to put your weight on what is your front foot, and as you pivot, start transferring your weight to your back foot again so you don't rock back. So ready, hitch, knee, san, shi, gu, hook, sich, fetch, ku, ju, and dai. So senpai, what I want you to concentrate on is keeping your knees bent so that when you get into the final position, you don't lock out that back foot or that back leg and kind of pop back up. Stay bent. So you come in, stay bent, pivot, stay bent. Right? And Keith, I just want to make sure that you aren't breaking and staying on that back foot. So bend into that, what is your front foot, and transfer it as you turn. Okay, ready? Same slow count. Hitch, knee, san, shi, gu, hook, sich, fetch, ku, ju. Switch again. Now we're going to do the fast count. Ready? So you don't have to go far. Hitch, knee, san, shi, go, hook, sich, fetch, ku, ju. Okay. And again, what I want you to concentrate on is that when you turn, you're protecting with your cross block, or even coming all the way to your opposite ear, and then making that very definite stop in your hand movement, as though it's like a strike with your front hand, right? And back, strike. Okay, so ready? Hitch, knee, san, shi, go, rook, sich, fetch, ku, ju, and yummy. Ippon, and yes, you can use this, right? It's something that everybody struggles with, and so we want to just start doing our fit-ins, and then we'll work it into a sequence or a technique from a specific attack. So again, the idea with Ippon is that if we were doing it like Ichikomi style, we would be holding onto the gi and holding onto the elbow, and we would be starting open stance or natural stance, stepping across the toe to toe and pulling them onto their toes, transferring that pull to the clip before I turn, pulling a lot still on their elbow, and then turning, dropping, and pulling in front of us. So I know you don't have an uke to play with, and this uke is not very helpful because they don't move off position and they can't lean forward. They can only lean forward like this. So what we want to do is we'll start out like this, just in Ichikomi style. So natural stance, both hands in front, and well, one would, so let's start with our right hand on what would be their lapel, and our left hand on what would be their elbow. And the first thing we want to do is we want to bend our knees and pull them forward, right? So it's this, Sensei Stephen always says, like, brush your hair with both hands while dipping, and he does that. So I think it's Grease or one of those musicals where people do this dance for bending their knees and bringing their thumbs up. I'm not quite sure, I'm just copying Sensei with that. But the idea is that you're dropping and pulling them up onto their toes at the same time. And you know, this is the formal Ichikomi way of doing it. Obviously in technique, in flowing techniques, you don't have the opportunity, but it'll get you used to that dropping and pulling them forward and up as we go. So again, left hand on their elbow, right hand on their lapel, and we pull towards our face while dropping our knees. Then we're going to let go of their lapel, cross step with our right, clip with our right. So just clip using your elbow, right? Imagine their arms in there. We're continuing to pull, and we can even raise that elbow up to pull the elbow, right? So then we're going to imagine joining now. So you've clipped, and then you can just grab your other wrist. And as you come in to turn heel to heel, you want to be pulling, or driving that clip around in front of your face at the same time pulling. That's why it's good to grab. Keep that grab, both hands right in front of your forehead. So if we're starting like this, as we pivot in, it stays in front of us. So let me do it from a different angle. So I've already stepped in toe to toe. I've clipped. I've pulled their elbow in front of my face. My clip joins my elbow hand. And now I'm going to just do that. So notice I'm dropping a little bit more as I come in. And the whole idea is that you want to keep that in front of your face. You don't want to leave it behind here. And Senpai, I know you and I both have that thing. I was like, I don't even notice my shoulders way back there, right? So this is holding your other hand is a good way of measuring it, because you can know it's right in front of your forehead. And once we're there, fully turned, then we dip and come to the opposite knee. Okay, so let's go through it in that simplistic fashion. I'll do it across the screen so you can see it better. So starting natural stance, left hand on elbow, right hand on lapel. First thing we do is we drop and pull. Now we're going to let go of the lapel, step in toe to toe and clip. Still pulling, but this is right in front of our forehead. Let your clip hand drop onto your other hand. Come in, dropping and pivot. Try and be heel to heel, and you can even let your heels leave the ground at this point. So you can drop even further, and then elbow to opposite knee. And back up. Back. Same thing, natural stance. Left hand elbow, right hand lapel. Drop, pull slightly, clip, step in, toe to toe, drop your clip hand onto the other, pivot heel to heel, dropping slightly, drop some more, pivot, elbow to opposite knee, and come up. Okay, so we're going to do that 3 more times, and then we're going to do it as a full flowing technique. Grip, drop, pull, toe to toe clip, pivot heel to heel, drop some more, pivot elbow to opposite knee, and come up. Natural stance, grip, drop, pull, step in toe to toe clip, pivot heel to heel dropping, drop more, elbow to opposite knee, come up. So one more time broken down. Get your grip, drop and pull, step in toe to toe clip, pivot, heel to heel, dropping, drop some more, elbow to opposite knee, and up. Okay, so let's do that 5 times at speed, so it'll look like this. We're starting out with our grip intact, and then we just move in and do it. And back, so each count is one of that all the way to back. Ready? Itch. Knee. San. Shi. Go. But one of the standard things is to do it from a roundhouse or a slash stick attack, which is basically the same position as a roundhouse, where the arm is coming around and we're coming straight in and doing it exactly as we just did it to what's mostly the front. But there's many times when we're going to do it to those different angles that we just spoke of. So for instance, if we come in and their arm is actually all the way out here and their foot is now forward all the way, their off balance is now to the 45. So you might have to turn extra and throw them there. However, it's nice to not have to turn as much. So depending if you catch them early and their feet are kind of parallel and their arm is straight out, you can actually throw to the other corner. So it really depends on the attack. So what we're going to do is, rather than do the obvious, which we practice a lot, we're going to actually do it as a flowing fit in. So the idea here is that they're coming not with the roundhouse that says, hey, give me an ippon or a marote or whatever like that. We're going to come with a straight punch, uke is, and we're going to turn it into basically the position of a roundhouse and then fit in. And what is that? We've done it a lot. We've done it for Tayatoshi, and we've done it for Gurumanagi, Haraigoshi, and we do it for Ogoshi. So it's all the same technique. It's our Taisabaki 10 fit in, or Kotegashi 10 Taisabaki fit in. So they come straight punch, we come in like so, we bring them around. Obviously uke can't come around me, but when they come around then we can turn and come inside. And now we can decide where the angle is depending on how much they turn around and how deep we have to step in. The shallower we step in, the nearer we can drop them. The deeper we step in, the more turn and drive that we can accomplish. Don't worry about that too much because we don't have our ukes to play with, so we can't determine where they end up. So what we're going to do is we're going to just imagine the incoming strikes. We've got left foot forward, we're just in our basic boken, in this case reverse boken because left foot forward. So they could have a knife coming with a stab attack, or they could be doing a straight punch. And what we're going to do is we're going to pivot, drop trap, pivot a little more, then step back to the 45, turn, and what would have been our Kotegashi, if we're doing Kotegashi 10, now we can step across, clip, and ippon into that position. So it takes a little bit of imagination where uke is going to end up. I'm going to do it from a different angle here. So again, left foot forward, and you can play along. So we're just in reverse boken, hands position. They're driving in, and we're going to slide in, block, step back, and now we're at like basically a little shallower than 45 by outside of their hand is here, and we're going to drop trap onto their wrist and drive them around. Sensei Stephen likes to shihanagi them a little bit with his elbow. Drive them around in front, they start spinning around, then we can step back, bring them with us. Now they're chasing and they're facing us. Now we can step across, clip, heel to heel, elbow to opposite knee. Again, from another angle. left foot forward, hands defensive, arm is coming in, we parry it slightly as we step across, and drop trap, bring it out a little bit extra, so extra turn, extra pivot, and then step back to the 45, pulling them with us, and instead of just applying kotegaeshi there, we step across underneath their arm, pivot, and drive down to our opposite knee. So it's basically the same as all those others, taitosh, ogosh, hiraigosh. In terms of fit-in, you have to step across and get into their center. So we're causing them to twirl around, and we want to get in the center of the tornado where it's nice and quiet and do our work from there. Okay, so let's do one more broken down like that. Left foot forward, slide in, parry, cross step, turn them out, step back, bring them with us, step across, clip, pivot heel to heel, and elbow to opposite knee. Okay, so now we're going to try and do it at speed. So at speed, it's basically come in, turn them out, step back, step across, and ippon. So ready, left foot forward, hitch, knee, san, shi, and one more like that, go, so this time we have our right foot forward. I mean, you can start with your right foot back if it makes it more comfortable that you just taisabaki into position, right? That's when we do this as taisabaki fit-in, right, or kotegaeshi 10, we often do a full taisabaki. What we're doing right now is we're starting with our right foot forward, and they have their right foot forward and they're stepping in with the left. So we're doing it as though, you know, it's a regular opponent standoff. So we're doing our hitch step in and then the half taisabaki into position, and we're blocking, parrying their incoming hand. We drop onto it. Now this is what I was going to say. You don't want to bring them all the way around to here, right? All you have to do is, their hand is coming in like this, or it would be their left, right? The hand is coming in and we're on top of it, and we're going to bend our knees and let them go a little bit more forward than they're expecting. And once we get there, we don't want to be far away from our own body. We're going to bring it a little bit in front of us. So I'm really going from here, with a lean in a little bit. Notice my arm isn't really moving, it's my body that's moving, right? Because you want to keep your hand in front of your body. You don't want to be out here and then having to use muscles to drag some heavy person that's in motion. You want it in front of you and move your body by basically moving your hips and your knees. So it's only a small movement. It's just enough as their arm is out like this. It goes a little bit forward, it makes them want to stumble, and then it goes to the side and they definitely stumble. Now they're coming around, and that's when you step back, so then they turn. So you don't have to get them to, you know, make a full circle. You just have to get them stumbling forward and trying to follow their hand, and that's when you step back and bring it with you, and that completes their circle. So you don't have to do too much. It's a very subtle technique, and of course because of that, very difficult. So right foot forward, we hitch step in and then taisabaki while blocking. We drop trap, and then we just use our knees and body to turn them out a little bit more. Then we step straight back, which is their 45, bring them with us, and yeah, I'm running out of space here. So we step back, and they're coming around, then we can cross over, clip, heel to heel, and throw. Okay, ready, number 2. hitch step in, block, finish our taisabaki, drop trap, bring them out, step back further to the 45, bring them with, and cross across, clip with the opposite hand, heel to heel pivot, opposite knee. Start a different spot, right foot forward, hitch step in, finish your taisabaki, drop trap, bring them out a little bit more. Once they're there, step back further to the 45, step across, clip, pivot heel to heel, and throw. Right foot forward, and we hitch step in, so we're leaving the line already, so that when we complete our taisabaki, we're now at the 45, we drop trap, we turn them out beyond there, and then step back to the 45, step across, oh, I'm running out of room, pivot and throw. Right foot forward, hitch step in, complete the taisabaki, drop trap, bring them around, step back, cross over, pivot, throw. Okay, so now 5 times at speed. Ready, hitch. Knee. San. Think about doing some of our alternative throws from here, right? So what are the same throws that we can, what are the alternative throws we can do from the same position? So I've already mentioned them, right? There is, from almost exactly the same position, we can do Morote, right? Morote and Ippon go hand in hand. Keith, you might not like to do Morote because it requires a certain amount of articulation of your shoulder, and it's definitely better for shorter people. I'm one of the tall people that likes to do Morote because I'm able to get low. If you can't get low, you can't do Morote because your elbow has to be above your head and their body has to be off balance up there. So Morote is one of the ones that you could do as a choice. Another one, the other 3 that I've mentioned, okay, are we come in, we could go around the hip and do Ogosh, over the top and do a version of Ogosh. And of course, once you're in a position where you can do Ogosh, which throws to there, you can rotate a little bit further and throw in the leg and do Harai Gosh. So depending on the height of the person, if they're my own height, tall or whatever, for doing those I'll come in around the waist and throw in the hip, do a Gosh, throw in the leg and do Harai Gosh. And the 4th one that's pretty obvious from there is Taitoshi. And the one thing you just got to remember about Taitoshi is that Taitoshi doesn't require them to be draped onto you. Right, the others, Ippon, Morote, Ogoshi and Harai Goshi, in all cases you want to be like you're in a waltz with them. You want to be chest to chest, hip to hip, so that their body moves with you. In the case of Taitoshi, you want to be pushing them a little bit away from your body, because what you want them to be doing is leaning out into the dead space. So when you block their leg and drop, they drop straight down into that off-balance spot. So you're creating off-balance in a place that we don't normally talk about creating off-balance, which is in front of their leg, right? And normally that's a place you don't throw people because they're in balance. But by tipping them onto that foot, we get an off-balance that they can then drop into. So Taitoshi, when we come in, so we've done the whole thing, we brought them around, now we're stepping across, and instead of driving up with our clip, we're going to take the elbow and push it slightly up. And that takes them out from their front foot, and then we cross step heel to heel. So instead of clipping driving up, we're pushing the elbow out but holding the wrist here, and then we drop down and drop them right in front. So pick one of those you want to play with and try fitting it into that sequence. So again, what we're doing, left foot forward, we're going to come in, tai sabaki, drop trap, bring them out a little bit, bring them with us, and now in the case of tai tosh, I can push the elbow up, heel to heel, drop, and throw to their outer corner. If I'm doing the same thing, bring them around, step across, grab their waist, throw in my hip, and ogosh goes right there, sideways next to your hip, just like a tai tosh goes sideways, parallel to your leg. So pick one and let me see you try it. And imagine now that we're in the situation where they're just coming in with a roundhouse. So if they just come in with a roundhouse, everything that we just did, you can do. Now it can be kind of scary, right? If you've ever seen somebody do tai toshi from a roundhouse and they do it right in front of them, it's scary because what happens is they come in like this and we go like that in front of them, right? So you have to step in with both hands up, so you've got the elbow and the wrist, and you heel to heel drop and throw. So let's actually just try that, just a couple of times each, and then we'll try some of the other ones. Just see like that quick, fast fit in. So left foot forward, right foot steps in, hands up. Imagine you've got an elbow and a wrist in front of you. You're going to pivot heel to heel, keeping the elbow out from your body. You drop and again point between your ankle and your knee. Again, left foot forward, hands up, step in toe to toe, elbow and wrist in front of you. Pivot, keeping the elbow out from your body and pulling the wrist towards your body. And then block their ankle, drop and down. So just one more time on this side, then we're going to do 3 and 3, and then we'll do the others 3 and 3. Just as a way of finishing up. We don't even have time to do our aerobics. So again, step in toe to toe, elbow in your right hand, wrist in your left. Pivot heel to heel, pulling the wrist towards your body but keeping the elbow out from your body. Trap their ankle with your shin and drop, pointing between your heel and your knee. Okay, so let's do the opposite side. So right foot forward, we step in toe to toe with our left. We've got their elbow in our left and their wrist in our right. We pivot heel to heel, keeping the elbow in our left out from our body, pulling the wrist towards our body with our right. We block their heel with our shin and drop, throwing over our shin, perpendicular to our shin. Again, right foot forward, we step in toe to toe with the left. Our hands are upright in standard defensive block position, and we just want to receive their wrist elbow and pivot heel to heel, keeping the elbow out from the body, pull the wrist towards the body, block their heel or their shin, ankle with our shin and drop down. One more like that, right foot forward, step in toe to toe with the left, elbow ankle or elbow wrist, heel to heel, keeping the elbow out from the body. Block their ankle with our shin, drop and throw. Okay, so that's tai toe. So let's do that just once each side quickly. So starting with the left, it'll look like this. We just come in and we drop. So ready, go. And now right foot forward, same thing. Go. Right? It's a little scary, but it's very, very effective because they do not, as they're coming in like this, they do not expect somebody to be down here in front of them taking their arm in a trajectory that they didn't expect it to go. So very effective. Tayatoshi is body drop. So we always think of it as being like a hand thing, but the most emphasis is on boom, is the body drop. So I think of it as an elbow throw because we take the elbow out and down. A lot of people think it's a wrist throw. Okay, so same thing for Ogosh. So left foot forward, hands up. This time we step in toe to toe and only keep our left hand up. We're dropping our right hand so that we can hook around their waist. And as we hook around their waist, we come in and we pivot and we drive that waist grip up and across their back. So we're coming in here and we're coming up to have our hand end up at their shoulder, so we're tipping them. And we're keeping it in front, just like looking at your wristwatch with Ippon. We're keeping this that goes around their waist in front of us and driving it up, right? So that we're not leaving it back here in our off balance. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to pull, we're going to block, drop, trap and pull, and drive their back forward and down, just like Ippon, except when we get there, we're going to just say go, goodbye. So the motion is to go all the way from here to opposite knee with your elbow, but once we get them up on our hip, we can just dismiss them and let them roll off our hip onto the floor. So this is not a full turning throw, it's a half turn, and they fall down there where they're really not expecting it. Okay, so let's do that. Hands up, left foot forward, step in with the right, block with the left, drive the hand, the right hand, up their back as we pivot and come in, throw, so I'm coming up onto my ball of foot, throw that hip in even deeper and let them just roll off. Other angle, left foot forward, step in toe to toe, block left, drop trap left as we pivot and drive the arm in, throw the hip and let them roll off the hip. Another angle, left foot forward, right foot steps in, we drive that back as we pivot, put in the hip and let them fall down. Okay, so again, we're just iterating through these quickly. Don't worry about it if you're getting it wrong. We just want to kind of get into the practice of that flow. Opposite foot, right foot forward, step in toe to toe, block with just your right. Left arm is coming for their waist. As we come in heel to heel, we drive that waist up towards their shoulders, throw in our hip, and let them roll off our hip. Again, right foot forward, step in toe to toe, block only with your right. The left is driving up their waist towards their shoulder as we pivot, and once we get them there, we just throw in our hip and let them roll off. One more on that side. Right foot forward, step in with the left, block with the right, drive with the left, heel to heel, put in the hip, and let them roll off. Okay, so I presume everybody did that beautifully, and we're going to do one more iteration of it, and that's the Harai Gosh version. So the Harai Gosh is similar, so one of the things that's similar in all of these is that we're not throwing directly in front of us, right? The Ippon, we can choose where we go depending on if their feet are like this, they want to go there. If their feet are natural stance, they want to go there. If they're in the opposite footwork to us, they want to go there. So we've got a choice of where we stop and throw them. And we can do those big twisty turns with others, but we don't need to. Tayatoshi, obviously we don't want to throw them over here so they don't go through our body, and their perfect off balance is over there. Oh gosh, they can go there, but we could haul them all the way around to over here if we want. It's a big nasty throw and it requires more strength and agility, so it's not necessary, so we stop at the point where we don't need to go any further. But we can, There's no reason not to if you want to. You can even turn them over and drop them on their head if you take them all the way around. So the same thing with Harai Gosh. When we come in, heel to heel, we're driving their back just as before, we're pulling their wrist just as before, so we're in basically Ogosh position. Instead of throwing our hip in at this point, now we can add in the leg. And what we want to do is we want to have them tipped so much with the driving arm that adding in the leg is just a barrier for them to fall over. And it can be helpful that you can also kind of lift their legs a little bit. The reason that it's really nice for tall people is that they're coming over a lower part of your body than your hip. So for Ogosh you might need to get lower so you can throw that hip underneath them. For Harai you can just get this part underneath them so you don't have to get as low. And then once it's underneath them and they start going, then you can bring them up to your hip height. And that becomes the big throw, because now they're tipping, they're falling, and suddenly you're lifting up the part of them that's beyond their balance point, beyond their weight. So you're not actually lifting their body weight, you're lifting up and flipping them more as they're already gone. So again, you can come in and you can lift them up and you can turn even further and try and drop them on their head. Not necessary. The point where you can stop is there and throw them there. So you don't have to, again, ippon them all the way around. You can stop short at the most effective time. So, same exact fit in as Ogosh. We step in toe to toe. We're blocking with the left only. And then we come in heel to heel to drive with our arm, coming up their waist to their back. And now we're going to throw in the leg and drive them forward. So again, we don't have to drive much further, we just have to maintain their off balance, so they're going even more, and they're over. Right? So again, now just in case you might realize that often I do Harai coming over the top, hooking their neck and bringing their head down and throwing them back. That's perfectly fine if you can reach, right? So Senpai, probably not the most effective Harai for you unless you meet somebody equal or smaller than you. Okay, so we're doing the waist version, because that works with everybody, right? Step in toe to toe, block with the left, waist with the right, come in heel to heel. And sometimes when I teach this, I say cross step even deeper, so we get between their feet. If you cross step deeper, then you do have to turn more. So we're doing a version where we're just doing heel to heel, so we don't need to turn as much, but we need to pitch them more, right? Now we put in the leg and Harai. Let's do it again from this angle. Left foot forward, step in toe to toe with the right, blocking with the left. Right goes to their waist. We pivot heel to heel while driving that waist up towards the shoulder. Keep pivoting, leg comes in, and we throw them. One more. Left foot forward, step in toe to toe with your left, or with your right. Waist, pivot driving up to the shoulder, leg comes in, and throw. So I'm pointing towards my front, but they're going to end up over to the side because that's just the rotational element of it. If I wanted them to arrive in front of me, I'd have to point, just like ippon, past my opposite knee, right? One more. Step in toe to toe, heel to heel, waist, pivot, drive, and throw. Or coming like this, and I'm blocking with this hand. This hand is coming in at waist height. Notice where my elbow is. And as I'm turning, I'm driving them like this, right? I'm not bringing my elbow all the way up here. I'm keeping my elbow diagonally across their back. And then as they go, then I can kind of scoop them and bring my elbow up and follow that motion all the way down. But that's after they're going. The initial is to get them up, right? You need them tipped up and forward. Yeah. And then, once they start going, then you throw that leg in. make sure you got your space. We're going to do some jumping jacks. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hech, ku, and ju. Yummy. And stand even, twist right. Oops, forget I have this curtain. Right, left, right, left. And standing splits, doing the windmill. And ready, remember to look at the ceiling each time. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hech, ku, and ju. And come into Shikadach, drop your butt, elbows on your knees, breathe, again in through your nose, out through your mouth. Always be breathing into your belly, not up into your chest. And straighten up your legs. Chest to your right knee. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju. Left. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju. Back down. Feet in a little bit, whatever you need to drop down into a squat, keeping your heels on the ground. You have to put your hands down for balance, fine, do that. And again, whatever you got. And from here, we're going to do some toe raises. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju. Drop your right knee, back, left, back, come back up, and straighten up, twist right, left, right, left. One moment, let me turn off my phone. Sorry about that. I've left my phone on so people can say they can't get into class, because a couple of times that happened. So now we're going to do knee raises. So again, in between your elbows, hands by your cheekbones, from the side. See, I'm not really bending my back. And you want to try and fold as close to your chest as possible. Ready? And alternating sides. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hech, ku, and ju. Okay? And down on the mat, or whatever you got, we're going to do some crunches. So bring your heels all the way in against your butt, or as close as you can get them. Head off the mat, fists by your cheekbones, and crunches. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. And stretch it out, wobble around, loosen up anything you need to loosen up. Knees up, cross your ankles. Again, fists by your cheekbones, don't hold your head. And elbows to opposite knee. Ich, ni, sam, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, and ju. Good, stretch it out. And come into Eizan. And make a V with your hands, put them on the mat. And again, you're going to slide forward, trying to put as little weight on your hands as possible while still maintaining, keeping your butt on your heels. Slide forward. Again, try not to touch the mat as much as possible. At one point you're going to have to when you reach your tipping point. And as far forward as you can. And relax into that stretch. Yummy. Back up. And separate out your heels a little bit so that your hips can go between your heels. And all the way back again, whatever you got. And up. And interweave your fingers, hands behind your head, and again we're going to touch the mat with our elbows coming forward, keeping your butt on your heels. And if you can, like I do, don't actually ever touch the mat with your elbows. You can get all the way down to touching your head off the mat. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Flare your elbows side to side. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, and yame. Tidy yourself up. And ready for mokuso. Mokuso. So yame. Informal bow. How to get the Eizan style. And thanks again for joining me. I hope to see you next time.